roster that's already so strong at that point of the game. Cube's going to go back to an old favorite here in the Gnar, and we've got the Gnar-Orianna combo.
Very smart of Dread after his back to run bot lane, because either he's counter-ganking or stopping the Crog Campus. TP.
Yeah, teleport to come in. Immediately, aiming's going to be following in here as well, as that's going to be the Q landing onto Life. He's very dead. The flash still hasn't come back up. And first blood.
Orianna might be reaching a point where she can control waves well, but her time for actually impacting teamfights, as we know, is about ability.
This might just be Dread doing too much damage to this dragon. Does
He's
land the Sonic Wave.
I believe in you,
for
Dread.
headbutt pole, not going to be able to get it there as we're even on the Infernal Drake's Jelly. Looking for this trample stun as the Mega Gnar is in great timing. That was a very weird resonating strike, but one that works out for Peanut. As now Gen.G are on the run. They're trying to get away with this dragon and their lives. Looks like Life is going to be the one to go down, but that's the only kill.
That one just fell into my lap.
Yeah.
And they're going to lose out an objective for it. It's still going to be some more immediate gold, but at least a little bit less reliable. But good news, Gen.G have also got multiple summoners down. They're doing a good job of controlling this river. Actually, Jelly's on a bit of a walkabout here.
Yeah, the cow getting corralled just a little bit here. He does have the ultimate available. That's a big pulverize, but Jelly's just dead.
Yeah, the ultimate was actually still on cooldown, Atlas. You would assume it would be, but still level 1, so ultimate on cooldown. Now, they'll lose mid lane turret. They lost the bot lane turret earlier.
Oh.
Chunk out doesn't actually happen onto Sun theirs, but it looks like there's going to be an answering objective in Gen.G, who still want to get their items going, are getting a bit more gold injected as Afreeca taking their pedal off of the accelerator.
Yeah, just a little bit, but Sun and Keen are going to come up with that Realm Warp. Peanut already at half health as the Paddle Star is going to go wide. Fair bit of damage. Sun's going to get slowed down, but Dread just takes life into his own hands. He's going to get rid of Peanut. Fly coming in and take this one down. Trisha Barrage is not going to be able to get rid of the Ocean Drake.
Another Afreeca. Sun has the default summoners here.
All right, that's the flash headbutt pole, but Ruler's able to get out of there. Can he actually get the knockup? The kick's unnecessary there from Dread as Ruler just gets obliterated. It's a huge investment, but they get their man.
And this has been Afreeca. They're using flash on, aiming multiple times to get picks, so they want to get kills, and they're thinking about Baron. They're thinking about the secure of their end. They're on it already.
Whoa, that's a big flash. Fantastic portal jump, but it's not going to be enough as they do manage to make their way back in. The Afreeca Freecs relevant item spike. I think Bloodthirster does make things a bit better, but Ruler's found him and he's just dead. That face check is just contagious.
And it's a very consequential timing of Orb. See, now the scaling comp that didn't look like
YOLO
YOLO time Atlas.
This one out. It is going to be a 50-50, but remember the Ren does exist as Keen. He's going to be able to play spoiler, but Peanut plays the most, picks up the Baron, just flashes in there and steals it away.
What was happening? Yes, Smite on Dread. Where was the timing at?
Where was the Ren? Oh my god.
I think the Ren came in and no Smite followed it. We're going to have to see the replay to confirm it. Here's an all-in anyway.
Yeah, Afreeca Freecs trying to get in there. That's Jelly getting a decent headbutt pulverize. Life has to flash to get out of the way as Keen's just trying to get into spell range. Trouble Bubble is going to land, but he can't get the overloads down on top. Cube disrupting in the backline. Dread not able to get the kick flash. It's another Trouble Bubble. It's managed to figure that one out as another party warp comes in.
Who's partying though, Atlas?
Looking for Ruler. Keen's very fast with this phase rush as now Life gets the spit out over the wall, but he's going to get punished for it. Has a lot of great health, but not a lot of health bars. Now Dread getting kited by Ruler. Another Mystic Shot is going to land. Dread is going to survive for so long. That's going to be the shield from Ruler, the last tick of the Ignite, but it doesn't matter. There's just so much damage available, and now it's just aiming against the world. The Crush comes in, aiming gets over that wall. That's a really cute play. Can they actually get on top? There are so many sticks. The wallop comes forward. The Rend is used early though, and isn't able to pick up Peanut. Break of the game, sorry, in the second Ocean Drake.
That was Prey in the audience, by the way.
Yes, it was.
So shout out to Prey, some of the other teams. We can push in here, and
oh my god, he's almost just dead. Trisha Barrage is going to miss, and Jelly's going to block that Mystic Shot. Ruler still wants it though. He's so aggressive. The Undertow picks it up in the end as now Jelly is going to die as an afterthought. No, does have the Fate Skull to keep him alive. Afreeca Freecs lose their Zoe though in a situation where he was just trying to poke.
Yes, but the time to poke was way earlier, Atlas. The double Infernal cashed up. 60,000 gold Gen.G that we alluded to that just looked like it would never happen when they were 84 CS down, dead to turrets. They find the CS, they find Barons, they find things that should never have gone their way, and now they break the base.
Yep, they do. It's just the death of the Zoe that's going to be enough to get them all of this pressure. Ruler is so incredibly strong. And Afreeca.
Smite then Ren.
Well, Trisha Barrage is only going to find Sun. Jelly is at full health. They're looking for the turn, but you can see Dread just takes so much damage here.
Smite and Ren.
Yep, can we get it? We're at 5,000 health currently. That's a great pulverize, as now the Devour has to be used on the Olaf. That means that the Ezreal's not going to be as safe. Two-man Shockwave. He's going to be there on the front line, and immediately Keen is taken out. Jelly's going to follow. It's a kill for the Nara. It's a kill for the Ezreal. Make that a double, as the Callista's going to go down. That Mystic Shot doesn't land, but Gen.G have won the fight, and they're looking to just win the game.
They're going to probably be able to do it, Atlas. Afreeca were too greedy. They were trying to leash the Baron and also look for the fight. They get the sticks in, but the sticks aren't going to be enough. They try to shake a stick at Gen.G, but Gen.G outlasts them. The interrupt in the back there might help with this finish.
Yep, and we were talking about the Griffin Hanwha series yesterday, the blowout that was game number 1. We said that's not going to affect the mental. This is a game that throws your mental through a complete loop. Yeah, I know. And we were watching Challenger earlier today. I thought that was going to be the most tilting game of the day. It's going to be this one as Gen.G steal the victory from the Afreeca Freecs and keep KT's hopes alive.
A team fight with a big front line. They're actually looking more 1-3-1, you'd say, in this draft. LeBlanc does quite well against Zoe.
Dread can actually get an early gank down here, level 3, but Peanut's going to come up with a level advantage. That is going to be the first snare landing onto Keen, but also him getting the stun. And that's a very quick kill there from Dread. The flash body slam was a great one, and now Peanut could move offside.
Imagine both junglers. It's a couple of camps away from level 6. Could be a re-engage.
Yeah, this is going to come in here. It's going to be live. Does have the grey health available now as Ruler. Free hitting onto Jelly. Going to be able to get the tumble. That's an auto from Fly that secures the first kill. Damage there onto Dread and keeping himself safe from the ultimate. That's a huge deal as Peanut will be able to secure this Ocean Drake. Takes it down without having to use the smite, but doesn't get out safely. That is going to be an Ocean. Yeah, I mean, but I feel like if you're in a fight, the only buttons you need to press are E.
Well, right now some stun buttons are being pressed.
Yeah, that's a decent condemn into the wall there as Silver Bolt is going to get a lot of damage. Ruler actually getting the dodge, which is beautiful. Vanguard's Edge doesn't find the mark. They don't have vision, so Dread survives for so long, and eventually it's Peanut that grabs that kill. Pop Blossom has to be flashed.
As what the 80 carries around the world have been saying is topside.
Yep, Pop Blossom comes in, but that's just beautiful from Keen. Gets out of the way in time. Sun comes down to the bottom side of the map. Pay off this time around. We had some shenanigans. Game number 1, game number 2. It is certainly working this time more in favor of the Afreeca Freecs. Towers fall on both sides of the map. Mid lane is going to go down in favor of Gen.G, but I'll take 2 for 1 any day of the week.
And it does mean that now Nico
is going to try and smash down this outer turret in the mid lane, and she'll be very successful here as 3 turrets are now going over to the Afreeca Freecs, and we're back at a 20.
We're going to go pick up the Ocean Drake, which is a bit of a nothing objective. Don't feel great about that one, but just take it off the rift.
For the moment, that's a bigger cooldown though, utilized by Gen.G. Flawless Duet going to land onto Ruler, but otherwise no threat is aiming, getting aggressive, and Peanut taking a lot. That means that he's going to have to reset, and Afreeca should be able to get this inner turret on this push.
They really want this inner turret. They're actually grouping with Keen, even though every other lane assignment is bad. So they want inner turret. That does give them a lot of natural vision to potentially look for some deal with Vayne Nico. This is actually a bit more balanced as the game goes on, and the 4-1 is so perilous that Afreeca don't have the same onus on them that you might think.
Well, right now, Predator has been popped here from Dread, gets the Chilling Smite down. Ruler's there for the potential, but Peanut just doesn't press Safeguard. He gets the kickback onto Keen, who goes immediately into his stopwatch. And now, oh my goodness, the snare was just too good. Ruler now, with that Ginsu's Rage stacked up, looking for his second. That's going to be the kill onto the cow, and somehow who's trying his very best to take down this Ocean, but misses too many of his buttons.
A little bit risky with no Pixel Brush Ward. If you had Pixel Brush Ward, it's actually aiming fully disengaged.
Yeah.
I think Nico
wants to take down this turret before they get in there, but you can see the Baron damage just isn't there.
Not really realistic that Afreeca are going to take it with 4 members around, so I think he just gets chunked out. Gen.G are on their first Baron, and Afreeca don't even know.
Nope, and it's taking so much damage. There's so much Ginsu's Rage in this Baron pit. Final Hour is going to get popped as Dread does have the opportunity to try and steal. He goes into his stopwatch, though. It's down to 2,000 health as Ruler is looking for Sun, just kills him on the backline. No, not quite able to do so. Is aiming one auto attack. Ruler needs to get in there, and he does. Fly looking for it now. The Baron is helping so much, but who's it helping? It's taken by Fly of all people. This series is absolutely insane, and now the Afreeca Freecs are stuck in a pit, but the Aurelia is still alive. Life gets the grey health back. The Vayne is dead, though. It's Cuvee. The last hope here is now Keen. is alive. He had the GA. The flash has to be used, and they just want to keep Barons alive now for Gen.G.
Where Nico is good in the side lane against the Irrelevant.
Yeah, well, I mean, Nico now does have the Frozen Mallet to her name as well.
Movement speed buff, and she's slowing enemy movement speed with the Frozen Mallet.
That's Cannon Wave here, and Fly just distorts over, takes down that inner turret. Baron buff utilized.
They need a second Baron to grow the lead, as Drek doesn't know this is Cuvée.
Yeah,
knows for sure now.
I don't know whether he actually cares all that much. He gets a free delivery, and Pop Blossom ain't going to save you there. Arcane Shift gets aiming, has been started once again, but look at Peanut's positioning. This steal is well and truly on the line. It's
Gen.G
a 50-50.
have been getting all of these, Atlas.
Yeah, Cuvée can't actually manage to get this one here as the fight is going to break out live. Has that one available, the Devour is in, but Keen has great position into the backline, but Ruler just juking him out, able to then transition as Fly, gets a lot of damage into the backline, and the Vayne even picks up a kill. It's a teleport available for Cuvée, and now it's Gen.G's turn to get on this Baron.
And Atlas, they were able to do everything at the same time. Yes, they can't actually finish the Elder, but they get the surround, they DPS out aiming. He was on 10 HP before Ruler even stacked up his Rage Blade, and that Rage is taken out first on the members of Afreeca. Atlas in a 5v5 scenario. Gen.G were able to have their cake, eat it too, drop a piece, but they couldn't finish.
And he's getting double duty on that lifesteal as well with Ginsu's Rage, so that's almost like triple lifesteal basically, or quadruple if you get it multiplicatively scaled, as you would with the double waves, but it's Gen.G that are actually winning in the 4-1.
For once, a champion randomly runs into a turret and it's not official though.
Yeah. Oh, that's actually fantastic. Finally some respite.
Well,
slowly but surely,
I mean,
it's
slow,
getting taken down.
We know they're not the best sieging team, but damn do they do damage if they get near the turret. Let's tank it up. They take down their first inhibitor turret of the game, and, well, goodbye.
Yeah, the inhibitor dies immediately. As now they're looking to try and get even more. That Chamber's actually stunning. Denies the headbutt there from Jelly, who gets snared up. Ruler, he's going to close in. There's true damage. Jelly has to go into the stopwatch. We'll keep him alive for the moment. One more auto attack would have killed him, but you don't want to overextend. And Gen.G will just take what they're guaranteed to get. Two inhibitors now dead, and Gen.G are looking at this 2-0 pretty comfortably right at the moment.
I think they definitely have two hands on the trophy. They haven't raised it just yet, but it's looking like they've inflicted too much damage. I think Afreeca have just got nothing out of Keen. Keen solo killed the enemy Nico, and then has been grouping. I'm not sure if that's a team decision or a Keen decision or a coach.
Taking a fair bit of damage, but they have a Tom Kench. The Devour is going to keep Ruler alive for the moment. Now they're going to need to disengage, wait for that cooldown, come back up.
Good stuff by Fly. Poked out the Nexus turret. Got one of them basically scot-free. Afreeca.
Two minions that he has to deal with now as well, and the Nico is just going to turn up to that bottom side of the map and continue being a nuisance. Tower does go down. It's only an inhibitor in the way.
This feels like a lion versus a cheetah, but like in a zoo. It's not actually happening in the wild like it should have been. That's a lot of toke damage.
Yeah, I think the cow's going back to the wild as Silver Bolts. That's true damage, right, friend? Your Unbreakable Will's really breakable right now. Double kill, triple kill for Ruler. Trying to chase after Sun, but he's at least able to get away for the moment. But they know exactly what is on the menu here. Gen.G just want to win the game. The Abyssal Voyage to bring in Peanut. They're not going to take Ruler on forward, as Sun just takes about 1 billion damage from a tumble-empowered auto attack. Flawless Duet certainly isn't that, as the Vanguard's Edge comes in. Keen has to try and do something, and life is just going to eat him. Sun goes down. That's the GA. Now Nexus turret number 2 is going to go down. The Pop Blossom's there. Keen's just running for the hills. That's going to be the full house. It's going to be Rulers full of flies, and the Nexus goes down 2-0 for Gen.G. And KT Rolster's life just got real hard.
Exactly. The standings implications of this game are something that should not be forgotten. Ruler stands up. He knows he's put in his Vayne shift, and it's been another victory. That should almost be enough to keep Gen.G out of relegations. World Championship coach Edgar breathes a sigh of relief. KT Rolster fans are the most affected by this. Afreeca and the team of Gen.G may have done enough to keep away from relegations, and while relegations is not being relegated, KT Rolster are going to be down in the dumps and need to win every remaining game and have results go their way.
Yep, that was also the first game that Flyers played on the LeBlanc. So far this series, literally every skill shot on Ezreal. It's just insane, and now we're going to get to have a chat with him, so let's throw it over to G-Sun for some translation.
Thank you very much, guys. This is Susan with today's first interview translation, and we're going to be having a solo MVP interview with Ruler. Congratulations on the victory. It was a 2-0 victory. How do you feel about that? Well, recently I think the game is about mistakes. So the team with more mistakes will lose. So we try to get rid of as much as mistakes possible. So I guess you guys did a flawless game today, and all the Gen.G players were doing so well. I think we had a good night's sleep. And I'm really thankful for my teammates performing so well today. I slept over 8 hours. I can't really exactly name the time, but I think about 8 hours. And I heard that the head of your team, Gen.G, is also out here to support you. Yeah, I did go and say hi to him. Did he support him? Did he support you well? I mean, he always gives us so much power whenever he comes pay a visit. Well, actually, Kalista is one of the top tier AD carries right now, but you let it go to the hand of Afreeca and you just locked in Ezreal. Well, there are a lot of champions. I can't really mention the exact champions, but I'm confident to play up against Kalista. But actually, I did make some mistakes during the laning phase, so it wasn't an easy game. But I think, yeah, we got the very good result in the end. Then were you expecting another ruler ending today? Well, actually, during the laning phase, we were a bit in the lead, but they made a... I mean, Zoe teleport was really crucial, so we weren't able to capitalize on that, but Ezreal actually doesn't lose in the laning phase against Kalista. I think it's like, it really matters of your experience, how you're good at Ezreal to play against Kalista. There was this moment, Peanut flashed over the wall and stole the Baron, so what did he say? Well, I mean, our biggest mistake was that we were letting them try Barons comfortably, but finally Peanut got the steal today. And Ruler, the moment you were just 1v1 Zoe was really amazing. So this is the replay. So you had that blue ward over there, and what was going on in your mind? I was expecting her to jump over the wall with her ultimate, so... Well, it was a little bit unhappy that I wasn't able to finish her, but I think that kinda went as I planned. I mean, Peanut did it to kill, obviously. Well, some people also said that you should have used W first. Well, I do agree, but I was actually, there were too many things going on, so I wasn't able to pull that off. Game 2, you went with Vayne once again. I think it is one of your signature picks. What kind of strategy were you trying to bring in? We just picked whatever I'm good with. Well, I mean, like, I don't know.
네, 팀적으로 뭐 좋은 조합이었고요. 그리고 플라이 선수의 르블랑이 오늘까지 단 3번밖에 나오지 않았을 정도로
it was his third LeBlanc of the split.
이루어져 있다는 느낌이 드는데
We felt like it wasn't his top priority champion. So whose decision was that?
있었던 것 같아요. 용준이 형도 자신
Well, Fly was confident, and also the coaching staff thought that LeBlanc was a good pick. So. That's why.
플라이 선수가 르블랑으로 바로 스틸하는 장면도 있었고
he even stole the Baron with his LeBlanc today.
사실 경기 후반까지도 어떤 팀이 완전히 우세하다고 말할 수 없을 정도로 티키타카가 많이 되고 있었는데요. 그래서 다른 상황이 더 중요했죠. 룰러 선수의 두 번째 바론 앞장면 굉장히 인상적이었습니다. 함께 보면서 얘기 나눠볼게요. 이때 수적으로 밀리는데도 불구하고 베인이 막
Well, you were actually behind in number. There were more Afreeca players there. Well, we had Tom Kench here, so I had trust in him, so I was able to tumble forward.
네, 팀원을 확실히 믿고 내가 죽지 않을 거라는 자신감이 있었던 건가요?
일단 무조건 안 죽는다고 생각을 하고
I had the confidence that I will never die over there, so I was able to just tumble in and in.
가져갔습니다. 이 세트는 사실 조금 경기가 길어서
It was a bit of an extended one.
가져갈 수 있을까 이런 의문이 들기도 했을 것 같아요.
Were you concerned about the result?
이즈리얼이 저희를 좀 잘
Well,
밀어낼 수 있어서
Azrael was
좀
actually
걱정이었는데
able to
그래도
push us
피바락이라는 아이템이
push us
있어서
away,
그때부터는
but
저희가 이길 수 있다고
since I got the
생각했던 것
bloodthirster, I had the confidence to close out the
무서운
game.
장면 보여주셨습니다. 다음 경기가 담원이에요. 이제 뉴클리어
Next
선수와
game will be
대결을
up
하게 될
against Damwon
텐데
Gaming,
젠지에게
and you'll be
앞으로의
facing
승리
Nuclear.
더욱 중요하잖아요.
네.
어떤 각오로 임하실
How you're gonna
계획이세요?
prepare for that
일단
match?
연습 열심히
I'm
노력해야
gonna
될 것 같고
practice
더
really hard,
그리고 좀 실수를
even
많이
harder.
더 줄여야 될 것 같아요. 그래야
and we
이제
have to get rid of more
잘하는
mistakes.
팀들이랑 해도 이길 수 있어서
So,
실수를 줄이는 게 제일 좋을
If
것
I
같아요.
get rid of the mistakes, we will be able
알겠습니다.
to
자,
win
젠지의
against
실수
stronger
없는
teams. So that will be our focal
운영
point.
응원하도록 하겠습니다. 오늘 인터뷰 감사합니다.
Thank you very much for this interview,
감사합니다.
Ruler, and I'm gonna pass it back to our
네,
casters.
단독
Thank
MVP
you.
룰라 선수 만나봤습니다. 중계상 연결할게요.
Thank you so much, Jisun, for the translation of the interview with Ruler. Great to hear from him, and I'm glad that he was the solo MVP purely because I feel like he's just the solo MVP of Gen.G for this season.
Double thumbs up for Ruler. Double
Yeah.
thumbs up for Gen.G. This 2-0, the stat line, but just the victory really heaps pressure onto KT that they kind of have to win
Yeah.
all 3 remaining matches, and that's 3 more matches than they've won all season, really. So
They're also really difficult matches,
Yeah.
right? I mean, the schedules for both the Afreeca Freecs and Gen.G are also tough, but having a 2-game buffer now,
match buffer, right?
sorry, 2-match buffer, it just makes it really, really hard. Even if they lose, as they are predicted to against their opposition.
We
moving
won't
towards
write the
playoffs.
eulogy yet, Atlas, but you can just look at this one and see that it's unlikely that KT